All right, should be ready to go. Both platforms should be up and running. Should be streaming on both platforms. So let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for June 14th, 2021. Q's up just shy of 1%. SPY was down most of the day, now up almost 1/4%, and then IWM still down a little bit. Okay. We came into today bullish on all three. We noted that Friday IWM was the strongest, but we've seen a lot of rotation, kind of in and out, out of the three, taking turns, being the leader. And today, with the Qs was the leader. Okay, it was staying strong all day, while the others were pretty sideways and kind of basing more towards the bottom. SPY just got this pop here into the end of the day to make new all-time highs. Okay. Still bullish going into tomorrow. Yeah, nothing really to change too much here. You can see hourly, daily are all still staying strong. And then the more that you zoom out, as you might imagine, weekly and monthly haven't changed too much, but still look bullish. Okay. All right, let's go over the plays from today. We'll start with the AVXL. I wish the AVXL, I could say we had a nice play on this. But I played the morning breakout here and got shaken out of it. So that was a little bit disappointing here. There were some opportunities to get back in. Here was the play that I played here, and then I got shaken out here. So unfortunately was not in it for this nice move here later. Now you see here is highlighted. This was the other place that could have been played, I think. There were some other entries, of course, depending on your trading style. To get back in, this would have been where the replay was. I didn't like it. Was a little bit spready, a little bit sloppy, and ended up not replaying it. So a little bit of a mistake there. This was good to play, and actually could have been able to stay in it. You can see the hourly never gets taken out. It was okay to stay in it until the end of the day there, but it also worked really, really nicely. So you would have had likely you'd be out of it by here. Entry, I think here was a pretty tight stop. Yeah, it was about like a 50-cent stop that goes over $3. So yeah, you'd definitely be out, I think, by the time it got here. Okay, so so got the timing wrong on this AVXL. Or the other way, the only other adjustment that could have been made was give it a little bit more room, like down to here or something, because I think the stop may have just been a little bit too tight to get shaken out. A little bit of spread also. So, yeah, a little bit disappointing, but, it happens. So it was definitely a bummer to see this work as well as it did because I think, we had it as a favorite for the Open. That's why I was playing it so aggressively and to look at that wide range green bar and not have been able to capture a good amount of that move is a little bit disappointing, but it happens. Played another breakout here later in the day on this HIMX. Was a 5-minute base breakout off the 20 MA right here. It didn't make anything. Got to a target 1 here. It was an entry over 1577, stop 1557. Got to a target 1, that was 1 hour, locked it in, and then it trailed off the hourly, so it just made a little bit. Okay, trailed right there. Okay, so that's fine. And then the really nice play was from the call from Sammy. Nice base breakout here. Got to target there, first target pretty quickly, and then stuck with the rest until the end of the day here. So that was pretty good. Really tight stop. Only a 7-cent stop. I think the max on this was about 4.3. So that was good on the NXTD. Took some here, was out half, stuck with the rest, and then took another quarter there, and the rest came out at the end of the day. Okay, so this, standard management, just like I would have managed the AVXL had it not, gotten me. If it gets to my stop, it gets to my stop. That's fine. I got to be out of it. But if I'm in something and it's working, I definitely want to try to stick with it. It wasn't the easiest of pullbacks to live through, of course. It still had half of it live through this pullback. I never went negative, which always makes it easier. Okay, but still, you had to see the profits shrink a little bit on that back half before getting the next nice move. Okay. So I think, yeah, overall, I thought that we were decently prepared for the day. Just didn't get the AVXL right as far as the timing goes, but direction, good gap, good to focus on, was all right. So just a little bit off the mark, but you know, you gotta get the timing right too. Okay, and I just didn't do it on this one. All right. All right, so that's gonna do it for today's market wrap. Hope you did well. We'll be back at it tomorrow, and I will talk to you then. Have a good evening.